NPC. Three, two, one. We're starting. Melissa, take it away.
No, I don't have any of the rare Monopoly tokens. Hello. Welcome to the NPC Mates podcast. Heh.
The NPC Monopoly podcast.
This is why females should not do
Sponsored
this.
by McDonald's.
Mm.
Oh,
I
wish. Wouldn't that be fucking great?
Actually, wait. What is a sponsorship you would want?
Macca's.
No, a real one. If you could get a real one for this podcast, what would you want?
Obviously Sony or something.
Something to give us better audio equipment.
Someone to fucking just give us things.
What do we want there? Who's good with audio?
I either
Yamaha.
wanna-
Sure.
Yamaha?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we need a food sponsor, an electronic sponsor,
We need an
and
adult sponsor.
like a French
An
bulldog
adult one?
breeder.
Yeah, for like adult stuff.
What do you mean?
Like toys?
What, we're just
Yeah.
testing
Sex
dildos
toys.
while we're filming?
I don't know. What's that fucking site TV? Like Honey Birdette or something?
Oh, Honey Birdette. They do lingerie and sex toys.
We're like in lingerie on sex toys.
I have to say, these are the most comfortable G-strings I've ever worn.
This might be the best set of anal beads we've worn as a group.
I think I'm out. See you later, guys.
All I can say is like at the end of the podcast, it's been in for 2 hours now, and I don't feel a thing.
Oh, I don't think that's the good sign of anal beads. You should be feeling something.
The comfortability level is through the roof. All right. What do we got to do here? Introduce the panel and myself. All right. Martin, introduce yourself.
No, I
And
don't
the
want to
panel.
be here anymore.
Martin is modelling Honey Birdette's Dominatrix series. It's leather and it's really hot in here.
Really wish I had the sound effects.
For leather.
Just him rubbing his legs. It's like,
Wow.
If one of us isn't here, we can say that they're trying out the new ball gag.
Yes.
Mm.
please, there's so much drool.
Look, we're not going to ask how you knew this distance you had to keep your mouth open.
Aaron,
Hello, everyone.
what do you want
Wow.
as a sponsor?
I don't know. I forgot we were doing this.
Do you mean the podcast?
No, yes, that. And the sponsor part. I don't know. Who would I like? Crystal Springs Natural Water.
Yes. We're thirsty.
There we are. Is that just cheap essay fucking water?
We could ask them.
Do you think they would?
No.
No, I don't know. Like, what? Something relevant? Does it have to be something relevant?
No, just what you want.
Like, video easy? So,
Wow,
Blockbuster.
that's a great sponsorship. You like haven't been paid for them in years.
I've got free rentals. There's nowhere an essay we can go. It
And
would help
Melissa?
us.
Yes.
What would you want?
I mean, obviously, I want to be sponsored by Niantic, but
Niantic?
Niantic. But I don't know. I feel like I just want some food.
Just food?
Just want to
Snackers.
sponsor.
Or Uber Eats.
Yeah, sponsored by Uber Eats. So we'd be like, "Hi everyone, we've just finished eating from Hungry Jack's."
Yeah.
I couldn't think of a restaurant.
Scoob.
Hungry Jack's is the one you think of?
Yeah, I don't think they're even on Uber Eats. I think that's Menulog.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Wow, you're already fucking up
All
the
right,
sponsorship.
Uber and Menulog.
They drop us like that.
You can fight over us now. Who's gonna get this prime real estate?
I
This
know.
prime rib roast minister.
Our listeners are so dedicated. They come back again and again, regardless of quality of content.
There's no quality.
That's what you want. In
There's
a
no
freaking listener.
quantity. But for some reason they come back.
There is quantity.
Is there?
It is a quantity. It's more than zero.
Yeah.
I guess we probably have over 150 podcasts out there now.
That is
Experience
too
in
many.
podcasting, I guess.
We've got so much podcast experience.
So much.
We
One
do.
day I'll start this thing off right. All right, what are we going to do
We've
next?
not learned from any of them, though.
Thank everyone and remind to check out Patreon and leave
Yeah,
a
don't
review
worry about
and
that.
share. Don't worry about that.
So
Just listen.
the closest video easy thingy around us is in Renmark.
What?
Let's
They
go.
have one?
It's just a machine that you can walk up to
Oh, those things.
and get your disc out of, and then return it back there after you finish watching it.
Do you actually return it?
You're supposed to. I'm pretty
I
sure.
wonder if anyone thinks like they're really crafty. They get those discs, rip it to their computer, burn it, and take it back, and they're like, got the movie forever now.
You know, it'd just be easier if they just had disposable discs that had a time limit built into them.
They self-destruct after 3 days. They literally burn houses down. It's like
They
you're
just
gonna
dissolve.
want to
They
return
dissolve
this.
in the air
They
after 7
dissolve
days.
in the air.
It'd be easier if
They're
it
made
just
out of
gave you the
ice.
movie. No one's giving it to anyone else. No one's using those things.
I remember movies. We watched one this week.
Wait, has anyone used one of those vending machine things?
No.
No. We looked through it once to see what good stuff it had, and the answer was none. So
I think I walked past once and tapped the buttons on the screen and then left. That was it.
Like, I think it came out 15
the-
years too late.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, if it had literally been there for VHS, like, even if the VHS only had, like, an option of, like, 50 movies in it, it probably would have done alright. Like,
50.
Even just the top 10 for that week, it would have
yeah,
made bank.
like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if the dropping would be healthy, but, like, if they designed it correctly, like, 50 movies
You
for
rent a
people
tape,
that...
falls down and breaks.
Oh my god. I remember
able-
like returning something late at night and they close, you have to put it through the slot.
Yeah.
And if you were ever earlier than anyone else, it just fell the furthest and you're like, ugh, did it break?
They just come in, there's just tape and
Shattered
fucking
tape.
magnetic tape just all over the place.
Get a movie and no one rewound it because they're fucking pieces of shit.
You had to rewind them.
Yes.
Ah, whoops.
You fucking piece of shit.
Has like
You're the problem.
has anyone ever wondered how they actually work at a video store? What were they paying for the copies? The
What do you
ones that they could legally rent out. Like, surely they weren't buying them for $50. Like, were they like
Oh, yeah.
$1,000, like a movie or something?
No, it'd have to be way cheaper or they wouldn't make the money.
Yeah.
Like, what were they though? Like, how did it work?
Well, if
Surely
you-
it wasn't just $30, like buying it from Sanity,
Yeah.
and they're allowed to legally rent it out. Because I'm pretty sure there'd be specific copies that video stores
I
would
feel
have
like
to
it'd be
purchase.
similar to pubs and pay-per-view maybe.
What?
Pubs have to pay a certain amount. It's like way more than if you just got it at home for pay-per-view. Like a fight or something.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, so probably
But
something
like, how
that.
much are they paying? Like $500 a tape? Or are they just paying the right to have copies at all? And it's like $500 and you can have 20 tapes, or you can have one tape, or DVD.
Maybe it is the normal amount, and that just the fact that they buy up a bunch whenever they.
That's not a good deal for the movie people.
It's not, but they make most of their money at the cinemas anyway.
I don't think they would have liked that.
They wouldn't have liked it, but they make most of their money at the cinema. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Or the box office, fucking.
No, I'm pretty sure like there's rules on it, like when you're reading it, that says it can't be distributed and lent
Yeah, and
out
it took
stuff
20
like that.
years before
They
like,
realised?
they realized and got shut down.
And they
Alright.
say fucking iTunes destroyed the music industry.
Maybe we could get sponsored by LimeWire.
LimeWire destroyed
Yeah.
the music industry.
Destroyed my computer too.
It destroyed a lot of
Viruses.
computers.
But
How many
I
times I had to reformat my computer because of torrents.
those were the days.
You think you're getting you think you're getting Saw, and then you're actually getting Death Tunnel. I still have that on my computer. I'm just keeping it for the sake of that. That's it. Thought it was Saw, and it's Death Tunnel.
What is Death Tunnel?
I don't know. It's a dumb horror movie.
I just
Real B-grade
remember
horror movie.
getting porn parodies of things, and I'm like, yes, I've been waiting to see this. And you start it up, and it's like, for fuck's sake, I waited 7 hours for this. Delete. Like, it was
Yike,
so annoying.
Seed.
Give seed.
All right. What have you been up to, Martin, for the past week? Good to know. Aaron, nah.
He got a bike.
He's got to
Yeah.
take out that,
Bike.
he's got to
Yeah.
take out that bull gag.
Brought a bike, a mountain bike.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that Away.
Oh, I thought you'd already watched Away.
You told us last
Oh, that was last week, was it?
Yeah.
Oh no, they're blurring together.
Shit.
You
Played
just
more
watch
elite.
it again. You're like, it's
You're like,
so
yeah,
good.
but this time I watched it on my bike.
Watched more Elite played more Elite Dangerous.
Have you landed?
Yes.
Have you seen an alien?
No.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
that was like a big deal when it eventually happened.
There's aliens.
I remember the game had been out for a while, and then someone finally saw an alien. It was probably like a sneak-in patch or something like that, but it was like, oh my god!
I know in a few months or sometime this year, there's meant to be a new update where you actually get legs.
Do you not
There's-
have legs?
You don't get out your ship. So right now, you can land on a planet,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can transition from your ship to your rover.
Oh, so
And-
you can't physically walk around.
But yeah, you can't walk around yet. So sometime this year, you're
Okay.
getting, as they call it, legs.
That's
You're
messed
getting
up.
a body to where you can actually get out the rover as well and walk around
No,
and
you're
shoot.
ahead on legs. That's
There's
it.
no handicap ramps.
Yeah.
All these planets, and they're not wheelchair accessible. This is bullshit.
Trying to work out what else I did. I don't know.
You were just kind of sassy in chat.
I was.
You were so busy you couldn't listen to a voice recording. I know that you had a really hectic week, so
That was just stupid. Oh, I watched the new Babysitter. Thingy.
yeah, it's not good.
I didn't
I
mind
loved
it.
it.
It's not good.
I loved it.
We'll review it next week.
Yoshi.
Yeah, I know. So's the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I think everything's just molding into one right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, those busy lifestyles.
the babysitter bender.
What?
And
Just
actually,
managing them.
if Alive or Away or whatever it was called was last week, then
Yeah.
all I've watched is the movie you got a review and the Babysitter thing.
Did you just
And you
watch
just-
it over and over?
What?
You've just been sitting in a dark room until.
It's hard having 16
I-
hours free a day.
I don't though. Not right now. I'm looking after Rachel and the kids, so I really don't have that much time. I think you have more free time than I do.
Yeah, it's debatable.
All right, let's debate about it. All right, what did you get up to with your 8 hours a day?
I don't know where the time went, man. It's gone somewhere. I don't know I don't get 8 hours. Maybe 7. If I'm lucky.
Okay.
I don't know what I did with that.
That's okay.
Well,
I
you
definitely watched the movie.
You didn't play Fall Guys. I've sent you so many requests.
That
Fuck,
game,
Send them in a different manner.
that game is horrible.
Amy wants to play.
I know.
She loves playing the game.
It's
Oh.
got an update and now it's new things.
Ooh.
I did watch something else actually.
What
Sorry,
did you watch?
Trauma Center.
Oh wait, with Bruce Willis?
Yeah,
Is it good?
I don't know. I
Wait,
don't remember
did
much
do
of it.
something.
I remember watching it though. I'm just going through my Netflix of what's been out lately.
I watched this Asian
Porn.
Korean zombie Korean porn. Did you say?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, do you mean that one where
Hashtag
he's
alive?
trapped in the... Yeah,
Is that any good?
I don't like the
Asians.
dubbing. The Asians. The dubbing.
Yeah.
And if you can get past
Asians.
the typical, no, the way they act for a movie, like the mannerisms that they portray in movies, because it's not like for some reason they portray themselves differently than they do in real life.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why they do it this way for their movies, but it's in like all their movies they act this way. And if you don't mind that, then yeah, it was
Do
enjoyable.
you just mean
but
the dramaticness?
no. No, sometimes they try to throw humor in weird ways.
Oh, yeah.
Like
yeah.
when I don't think they would have done that in real life.
Maybe they are just like that. They're like, our lives are depressing. Just forced humor.
Maybe. No, it's Korea.
Yeah,
South
yeah.
Korea,
Oh,
not
okay.
the Northern Korea.
The
Very
good
different.
So no, it's like similar to our style of life. They're not in rural villages or anything.
We'll probably watch it, but as a zombie flick, remove the Asians and dubbing. How is it?
Think of
What's
the
your-
zombies are kind of like grudge-ish
Grudgish.
movement most of the
Are
time.
they jittery?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just like Asian zombies
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that style.
Yeah,
This
it's
is good.
there's some really creepy
Yeah,
bits.
it's creepy.
Okay.
Oh wait, do you remember Train to Busan?
I remember the name.
Because that's like one of my favorite zombie movies, and if it's even close to that, then I'm going to love it.
Yeah, it's got something. It's got a different ending than you would typically expect, without giving anything away.
Well, that's more than enough. Now I know not to expect it, and I'll be how to expect it.
That's not how it works.
It is.
So it's an M Night Shyamalan type of movie.
You don't know what to expect.
No, if I give any more away, Kane's gonna get.
Yeah,
annoyed.
don't.
Yeah, I will.
Kane's gonna get annoyed anyway. It's
No,
games.
we'll just figure it out.
Great,
And
now
then
it's
we'll-
not what I expected.
That's like how it is though. If someone goes, "There's a twist," you spend the whole movie going, "What's happening? Is it a twist? Is it this? Is it this?" Instead of just
Because
watching.
like there's a twist.
I
I'm
don't
like,
feel like
okay.
there's a twist.
Oh no, but if someone says there's a twist, it's like, okay, so they're leading to this. That means it's not that.
Yeah.
So that gives away a lot because now you're like, I know it's not that.
Oh, actually, while I'm here and I have a position of power,
Turn the mic off quick.
fuck whoever runs the fan page or the business page or whatever for this show that I really like, because not long after killing a main character, they posted about it and said, "Sorry for killing so and so. We understand
Ah.
some of you are upset.
It'd be
Had
nice
to
to know what
happen.
you're talking about.
Can't, because then it'll
I
give it
don't want
away.
to out it. So it's basically it's a really popular show. It's on Netflix. They've only just started updating it. It's still missing 2 seasons, I think. So I've been waiting until
Wait,
more of it's
Does
out.
Aaron watch it?
No, I don't think so.
Well, then it doesn't really matter for him.
No, but for anyone who's out there who watches it and doesn't know that someone's going to die.
Yeah, but maybe they'll know now not to go to that page.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
It's the 100.
It's the 100.
Fuck you, cunts. Who dies?
You don't watch it, do you?
I think
Yes,
he does.
I've been watching it since the beginning.
He said you don't know if he does.
I couldn't remember.
Well, the page outs it anyway.
Yeah, so there was and I only saw it. I don't even follow the page. I only saw it because one of my American friends commented on it and said, "Wow, thanks. I hadn't seen this." And I'm like, "Well, thanks, bitch. Neither had I." So anyway, someone important gets killed and I haven't caught up yet, and I'm just like, why would the page post that? Can't they just be like, "Sorry, you guys are upset about the character death"? But no, it was the name. So now I'm like salty.
I don't know how far it is actually on Netflix.
It's now season 5.
I don't remember what each season was. I
Yeah.
remember they come back down.
Spoilers for season 5 of the 100.
Anyway, there's the chick that's been living forest, the only living forest currently.
Oh, the
on
little
planet.
girl.
That's where I'm
Yeah.
watching.
And that ended that season.
Okay.
We're on that season, aren't we?
What, the little forest?
Yeah, there's that girl that
Because
Clark
the world is
lives
fucked.
with.
So
Like, actually fucked.
the
I
main girl character.
No, so Clark survived, and then
And
she finds that other survivor,
the little
and
girl.
then they're there when everyone comes back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They get everyone from underground,
Mhm.
and then there's 2 factions that are gonna clash.
Mhm.
I don't remember how that interaction happens or what happens, but I've seen the end of that season.
Okay. I think we're up to the same thing
That's
then.
like years ago though.
I
Yeah.
think I'm past you guys then.
Yeah,
You
you
probably are.
watched it all, I think.
I used to watch it on Foxtel, but
Money.
then I just stopped, and so we haven't kept up to
I
date.
can't really, because what I'm thinking is after that I can't say because then we'll do so.
Yeah, no, I think I remember talking to you about it, and you had watched at least a whole season past where I'm up to.
So you said you're up to season
You're
5.
on 6, aren't you?
I've either got 5 and 6 to watch or 6 and 7 to watch. They've just updated one season I haven't seen anything of is now on Netflix, so I'm excited to
that
watch
might
that.
be 6.
And then there's one more after that, I think.
I feel like they thought it was gonna end when they decided to destroy the world again, and then they're like, "People are actually still watching this. Let's continue the story."
I don't know if it's following the book series or not.
There's a book series?
So I don't know.
Then I can see that if it was a book series that they would do that to
Yeah.
keep it interesting. But yeah, like there's not much left of the world to save at this point.
No.
So I've seen season 6.
Okay.
That's on Netflix now.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it. I think I'm just gonna have to watch it without you because
Just
you don't
watch it
seem
without
that
me.
interested.
I said it's fine as a background.
Yeah,
thing.
I'll chuck it on. Anyway,
Right now. Just put it on the background.
before we get into the movie, we finally watched Parasite,
Oh, yeah.
which we'd been putting off because it's subbed, and we're lazy.
What's Parasite?
It won all those awards last year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The comedy,
Yes,
serious comedy
yes.
or some shit.
It's weird because I thought it was horror.
Yeah, I thought it was horror too.
I heard it was a horror.
But it
so-
was a weird drama comedy thing. I don't know. It was weird.
It might
It
be
did
cons-
not look like a comedy from the little trailer I saw.
It might be considered a bit like a comedy horror.
Not so much horror as like.
Comedy.
Comedy. Comedy.
Oh my god. No, I don't know. It definitely wasn't what we thought, and it felt really weird.
It looked awkward and weird.
But then you get to the end, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay. You know, like
That was a movie.
yeah, it was, and I liked it, and I'm glad that I saw it, but I'm not sure why it won all the awards.
It's classified as a comedy drama thriller.
Yeah, that sounds
Thriller,
alright.
maybe. Yeah.
A thrilling comedy.
It's actually worth a watch. Like, if you, obviously you haven't watched it, I think you should watch it. But it's something. And like, as someone who got a bit distracted trying to read the subtitles and that, you can kind of tune in and out. You're not missing much. So
Fair enough.
yeah. But the controversy. We watched Cuties.
What's that?
So, for those listeners who don't know, Aaron lives under a rock.
I don't know what you're on about either.
So does Martin. They live there together.
What's it
They're
called?
gay. So
Have you seen what they do?
basically-
Basically, when they're not here, they're either he's looking
Yeah,
after
they're under
family,
their rock.
he's at work, or they're at home just sitting in dark rooms.
They're under the rock with their families together. No, so, okay. People have been trying to boycott Netflix because Netflix released a French film called Cuties, which is about an 11-year-old girl who's very religious. I think she's Muslim, but I'm not quite sure. Don't at me. Anyway.
Come at me.
It's all about her overly pushy religious family and then her trying to make friends at school. And without, like, it's not really going to matter giving it away. She basically becomes a bit, like, overly sexualized. So she gets into, like...
It's kids dancing sexy and twerking. And
Yeah, so,
being
like...
really adult.
They want to do a dance competition and her friends are already, like, they dress really adult and they're 11.
Skimpy.
So it's, like, tiny shorts, tiny skirts, crop tops, like,
Socks.
high heels, makeup, like, they're... It's very weird. It's really weird to see it. And then as the movie goes on, it's just more and more really, really hypersexual dance scenes of these 11-year-old girls. And it was like, oh, okay, maybe the actresses are older, but the youngest was actually 11 for
Between
filming.
11 and 13.
11 and 13. And it's like, you'd think it's not that bad. And I, after reading all the commentary on it and people being like, fuck Netflix, it's literally child porn, Kane and I were like, yeah, okay. And then we watched it and I was left halfway through. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, this is yucky. I don't like this. And Kane gets to the end and goes, I mean, some of it was a bit bad, but it's not that bad. So it's very, very, very uncomfortable to watch.
I get the feeling it depends on how sensitive to it you are.
There's...
If, like, regardless of the content, was it interesting?
I thought it was interesting.
It was alright. It was, I guess it's an interesting concept to see this girl, like, she's fighting with her religious expectations, you know, like her family are expecting her to get married and have kids really young and, like, you know, they want her to be really fully into, like, hiding her body from people and praying and looking after her siblings. There's a lot of expectations from her, and then she goes to school where her friends do whatever they want, they wear whatever they want, and it's all about her getting into, like, the dance scene behind her family's back and then teaching her friends more slutty dance moves to win this competition. But my issue with it is there's too many long dance scenes, like over 2 minutes long, just zooming in on 11-year-old asses and stuff in booty
Think
shorts.
of like a provocative music video.
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
what it's like.
It's like a borderline too sexual for YouTube.
Was it
music
deliberately
video.
trying to provoke a response from the watcher
Yes.
on purpose?
This is what people are arguing. So some people are like,
they
it's
oblivious.
trying to send a message, but other people are like, so then why is the scene so long and so zoomed on those tiny asses? Like, it's weird.
It's French.
Well, yeah, but like I've seen a couple of French films and I went to defend it and I just, you get halfway and it gets worse and worse and it's like, okay, even just like, I feel weird for the cameraman who's like right up in there, like, and they do a lot of facial expressions.
See, the facial expressions is the only part that really got me where I'm like, oh, that feels weird.
They're like laying on the ground, like humping the ground. They're like touching each other's butts all the time. It was weird. So for anyone out there who is listening to all the controversy
Highly
surrounding this
recommend
movie,
watching it.
I do think that
Aaron
you should
would
watch
love it from what I'm
It's
reading.
a 5 out of 5. It's okay.
5 out of 5. It was child porn. Like,
Fuck.
no, it's
What?
not good.
For me, I was going to say what's interesting is stuff a lot of people were complaining about. Take out the dancing. They're like the way the girls acted.
Minions.
Do you know what I mean?
Minions.
All I can think of is that's the way girls act. Like, you see boys in all these movies being boys,
Yeah.
but you'd never see girls being girls.
No, but I still think that it was just too much.
No, it was too much of the dance scenes. They could have been fucking cut to, you know, like, you cut 70% of those dance scenes. or just change the cameraman to one of the girls doing it, and it makes more sense.
I even
Jesus,
think
2.3 out of 10.
like we should show them the Pay Money Wobby video because they'll get all the highlights of the movie without having to watch it and be weird. And
But-
there's been so many jokes of people saying like, if you've watched this, you're probably on a watch list
Yeah,
now, and it's like, yeah, probably.
Jesus.
It's
No.
one of
Maybe
those
they're
things-
using it for profiling purposes.
They're like, this person's watched it 14 times.
The
Bing!
beach shop.
Yeah. Pet Shop Boys
Yeah.
and what's the other one?
It's just we have like French music and the Pet
Is
Shop
that we have
Boys.
the Pet Shop Boys?
What's Pet
and
Shop Boys?
We also have something else. I can't remember. It's from Talladega Nights.
Oh, okay.
Remember the music scene where they put music on the jukebox?
She wouldn't.
And the only
He gets his
reason
arm
the
broken.
music's on the jukebox is for profiling
Oh,
purposes?
yeah.
Yeah. That's what this is on Netflix for.
Yeah, well, it might be. In which case, well done.
You
You
got us.
found us. No, it's icky. I feel weird about it, and I feel weird about the fact that like the main girl, who I think it was either her or the other one who was 11 when filming, the fact that like overnight she got like 60,000 Instagram followers and stuff. I'm just like,
There are a lot of people, and it feels like it's a lot, and mostly in European countries, that can look at something artistically without, like, if there were no pedophiles in the world, would anyone have a problem with the movie?
it would almost
You're over-sexualizing it, but no one's sexually turned on by it. If that
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
world we lived in, would it be a problem?
I think kind of because
Why? Like,
Look-
if they would-
Wouldn't.
looking at the intensity of it though, it almost looks like the intent is to try and get arousal out of
yeah,
people.
but if there was no one
No,
that would
but
be
that's-
aroused
no,
by
and
it,
that's fine, but
all that would be left is artistic merit.
I think that the facial expressions coupled with some of the scenes, it feels like, imagine if people, as soon as you reach a certain age or whatever, you're no longer attracted to anyone under 18.
Yeah.
I think it would still feel like, yeah, but what if you were? Like, ooh, imagine what they're gonna be like when they're 18. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. But that's probably the response they want from you.
Well,
Not to be disgusted at the people that made it, because that implies that you have a problem with the people that made the story.
I do.
But if their intent was to spread a message of,
Yeah.
look at what like girls are like now
Mm-hmm.
when they're at school. You're not there to see this.
Yeah.
This is what they're becoming. Do you agree with this or not? Obviously, they know most people don't, and so it's not the fact. Like, I can only guess to their intentions, but I would assume it's not from a place of trying to create legal child pornography.
And I just think the message was done wrong. You know, I totally...
Oh, well, that could
Yeah.
entirely be possible.
You can see
But-
what the aim was, because there's even a part where the girls are doing their final dance, and it's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so hypersexual.
The final dance looks like what's the WAP video?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
basically that.
Yeah, and like you look at it, and it's kind of like it pans to the audience a few times when it's
Yeah.
not zoomed in on tiny body parts, but it goes to the audience. And there's a scene where like a mum covers her kid's eyes, and there's a scene where like a couple of people are like, ugh, but mostly everyone's like, yeah,
Yeah.
woo,
I feel
so
like-
good.
I feel like the audience
So-
didn't know that they were supposed to boo at that scene.
It's
'Cause-
like they were a bunch of extras, and they're like, so this is good, right? Good job. I don't know. You should watch it, but
That's effort.
it's something.
Yeah. Well, I don't intend to watch it. It doesn't sound like the story's even that
No,
interesting.
and I
It's
think
not.
what makes it disappointing is even when you get to the end, and spoiler alert, she decides to be a mix, half rebellion and half a little girl again. Rebellion. Yeah,
So
she's
she's
got a rebellious belly.
Being her age.
Yeah, so like at the end, she dresses in a mix between her like slutty self and her old self. So it's like a modest outfit, but not too overly modest. And she goes and finds new friends to play with that are just skipping in the street. And it's like you get the idea, oh cool, she's come to terms with like, I don't have to be one extreme or the other.
Yeah.
I can find middle ground. But even knowing what the intention was, it just felt sloppy at the end. Like it didn't come across, because she has this moment of realization when she's dancing, and she's in the height of like the slutty dance, and then just starts crying and then runs home. And it's like, Okay, is she? Oh, she's just got those friends are gone now, I guess. Like, and a dance competition doesn't matter, and oh, she's skipping now.
Yeah.
So it was
We'll put
something.
on the pay money
Like-
lobby one after.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't really what the movie we're reviewing is about.
This is a
but-
great review. We're
Yeah.
all done now. Let's go.
But either way, like, it's... Yeah, I just feel like a lot of European countries can look at this more objectively
I am
than
interested to
American,
see if there's
Australia,
outrage.
England,
Yeah.
Canada.
Can,
Good old
Canada.
Canada.
do you know what? I always say Canada.
A lot of people say
Always.
Canada.
It's so dumb.
And they must have a more artistic
Well, it's got high
reception
on
of things.
Rotten, doesn't it?
So
Does it?
I think it does have a decent Metacritic.
Well, that says a lot about Rotten Tomatoes, doesn't
no,
it?
because like someone that's
Doesn't
designed to
say
be
that.
like critical
Yeah.
can probably separate their personal feelings from looking at like
Yeah.
and not being disgusted in a way that makes them misdirect their anger to the producers when you should be angry at the society that's allowing the development of girls to like turn out this
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And so if you can be unbiased from that perspective and try to take in the message, if that's what the message is, you could only hope that it's a positive one.
Yeah.
Then you're probably likely to receive the movie better than someone who's just like, why is this on TV? No one should be allowed to see this.
Well, the people that are saying
That's-
to shut down Netflix and stuff,
That's so
they
stupid.
haven't watched it.
Yeah.
They've
Oh my
seen,
god.
They've seen the poster and
Yeah.
they're like, this is disgusting. And it's like, look, it is disgusting, but it's also like, there's a lot of uncomfortable things out there that you can watch where it's trying to send a message. And while I do think that this one doesn't hit the mark, I do think it started a really important conversation for what we do and do want to see in movies.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, it's better than the movie we have
I
to
think
review this week.
they should
Fuck off.
they should potentially have like marks that show what's it called, controversial content.
Yes.
So what it mean, it doesn't have to just be like child sexualization.
Yeah.
It can be of violence or
And it should
Well,
come.
yeah, brutal violence.
It should
scenes.
come with a hashtag so you can really get your anger
but
out.
you should be able to like click like a little thing in your options.
Yeah, to
so
hide
those
stuff
don't
in that.
show at
Yeah.
all if you're not comfortable with that kind of controversial
So like a more
material.
intense rating system then that would categorize
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, because like there's probably nothing in it that breaks any M15 ratings.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
But it enrages people to a point where they're gonna fucking boycott Netflix over I'm hoping artistically
Yeah.
merited controversial movie. Like seriously, what is their problem? Like, don't watch it if you don't like it. If you're not high-minded enough to receive the message, then it's not for you anyway.
Yeah.
So
Like
someone that's on Reddit all the time really doesn't understand the human race, do they?
me.
Why?
Oh, I get
like-
angry at the human race every time I'm on Reddit. You know how much it angers me? I hear
You
people's
should try
comments.
Twitter.
Yeah,
Welcome
no,
to
I'm not-
actual
I'm not
hell.
going- I'm not going there.
You should just
Welcome
try
to
the
the
net.
dumbest place on earth.
It's just called the internet. It's just the worst place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it has its moments.
Yeah, you get to play video games.
All right. Cuties was an interesting watch. I recommend it. But is it the last?
I
Airbender?
recommend it.
Is it the last? Is it? No, right. It is just Last Airbender, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
it's called The Last Airbender.
All right.
And it's the last
It's the
Airbender
last
movie
Airbender.
too.
Okay.
All right. If you're a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the show, then you'll hate The Last Airbender because
Released.
fuck me, it's
Hey,
bad.
released
Hold on.
2000. Wait, 10 years ago. Fuck.
What?
I have to give credit where credit's due, and then also detract from
Hold
it.
on a sec. When
No,
we get
I will
through
not.
this shit, because this is interesting.
Uh huh.
It got a 4.10 IMDb, 5% Rotten
A
Tomatoes,
4.10.
Huh?
You said a 4.
4 out of 10, fucking 20% Metacritic, 48% Google.
Yeah.
Alright. That's something. That's low for Google people.
Yeah.
Where's the monies? How much
I-
did it cost? It had a 150 million budget and it made 319 million.
Yeah,
back.
because we thought it would be good and they fucking scammed us all.
Mate,
It's
this
like that
movie,
Dragon Ball movie. It was like the
No,
idea.
don't
brought-
even compare.
No, no, no.
This was better than the
idea
Dragon Ball movies.
Brought the people into the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, when you haven't watched the trailer and all you know is it's the Last Airbender movie, you're like, let's go see this. Like,
Well, what's really cool is it's starring Martin.
He doesn't look like Martin.
He looks like Martin.
Look for more
Martin
pictures
without
of
a
him.
beard. Goatee.
No, it does not look like me.
Yeah, that looks like you.
Find a picture of him looking
There.
really tired. That's his vampire days. Ew, look at him in that top picture over there. Yeah, that one.
If that's not Martin, I don't know who is.
It's like a really cleaned up Martin.
Wow.
Martin from a parallel universe where he sleeps instead of watches
I should.
shows in one go.
I'll have to merge their faces.
So not do much at all.
Yeah.
It's not me.
It's basically you.
No.
Okay, Jackson Rathbone. Okay.
What's his name? Jackson Rath. Okay.
Rathbone. Ratterbone? What's your name, boy?
Alright, who did this? Oh, that's right. It was a good old Shyamalan.
Yeah. How do you actually say his name? Shyamalan. Shyamalan. Whoa, Black Betty Shyamalan.
For fuck's sake.
What the fuck?
Alright.
I crucified Google. Google.
Fuck you.
Dragon
the
Ball.
worst
Google.
search engine.
Dragon Ball for cramming too much into one movie,
Yeah.
but I equally hate that the Airbender was like reasonably paced,
This had like
but
5.
didn't finish. There was no satisfying conclusion.
Well, it was book 1.
It felt like
It still
the
ha-
first episode of a series.
It still had a good ending, though.
Yeah, I would say like
Yeah,
Dragon
but you're
Ball.
not getting the rest.
Dragon Ball tried to shove in
Way too much.
to way too much,
Yeah,
and this one it was like I think 5
it
places
was better.
that kind of stood
better
out.
paced, but it was still fast paced.
Yeah.
But it did that thing I was saying, which
Like he learned how to
Dragon
bend
Balls-
water in 1/8 of a second.
No, it didn't.
at least they did the narrating part to show time has passed and things have happened.
Instead of just chucking a big bag on your back and then running and suddenly you're stronger. From
The
one
question
journey.
is, who is the better Airbender, Ung or Goku?
Honestly, probably
Hey,
Goku.
no, Goku, he's already making fire.
I know. He's on to the next stage. He's ahead of the Arbender. Look.
But having said that, I don't remember a lot of the last the Airbender series.
Yeah.
That's a good
it's
thing.
A
So
lot
long
of,
for me that most of this was new to me.
It's a lot of the, what do you call those episodes where it's like it has a story and an arc, but they're kind of separate? Like each episode's its own little story.
Oh.
Or like,
Oh.
goes to a village, does a mission.
Oh,
They're all side quests until the main one.
Filler.
Is it even filler? Because it's still
If
like
it doesn't add to the main overarching story.
they all do in
overarching.
some way or another, even if it's just a sentence. They do add to the main story in some way.
That's like Naruto. Like most of it's filler. And then occasionally you get
No.
an episode that
Naruto is
adds-
actually full filler where you can have a season that didn't need to be there at all. Like not even a word was said to even add to the.
Fair
like-
enough. But like this movie had that too. Like he went and tried to rescue villagers, but like he fucked them. Like
How?
I didn't see
because
that scene.
he got rid of all the enemies and then left.
Yeah.
They
He's
just gotta
done.
come straight back and fuck everyone up because of what he did.
No, he's moving across the country. He's pushing out all the firebenders.
He didn't kill them. They're
No,
just gonna
'cause the
move back
Avatar's
in
not
once
supposed
he's
to
gone.
kill
He
them.
doesn't kill.
He just
Exactly.
He
Yeah,
just pushes people around with his wind.
Yeah, he was gone for 2 weeks. You think all those villagers are still free of the firebenders?
Yeah, they
No,
fight
they came
now.
back with a vengeance and killed cunts left, right, and center because of that shit. Those rebellions. That's how you quell a
That
rebellion.
village, I think, is because when I think of the anime, that's probably one that stands out. Is that the rescuing of the Earthbenders?
Yeah.
Like that was like a 2 or 3 episode thing, wasn't it?
No, yeah, I think it was 2 or 3 because
Didn't rest-
first they get
did you watch it?
kidnapped, then they like try and inspire them, it doesn't work,
Yeah.
and then they manage to inspire them and escape.
Yeah. So it was like one that stands out.
If they left the village and went to the last main earthbending village, the one that still hasn't been taken over.
Bombay, is it?
I
Bon
can't- I
Sing
don't-
Say,
I
whatever
don't
it's
know
fucking
because he
called?
said that. Yeah,
Ba
like
Sing
this-
Say.
Ba Sing
yeah.
Say.
If they had left and gone there, that would make sense.
Yeah, they probably did.
But they're like, we're just gonna still stay here. Nothing's actually changed. They've just left for the day.
I think
Yeah.
he
But that's
showed
most
them how that
movies.
they can fight
Yeah.
back.
He gave
in the
them
end.
hope.
Yeah, and then they'll just send all their machines back again. It's no different.
No, because it's a big country and it's hard to bring machines across.
But they will.
But they won't.
They're
waiting 3 years.
The main enemy, main protagonist, he would do it in a heartbeat. He wants to kill the spirits of the world. I'm sure he will send however much resources are needed just to take small villages. He's done it before.
Look, they
You
might.
think you wouldn't care about the small
but
villages?
I feel like you're thinking way too much.
He
into
had
this.
as many enemies in that village as villagers almost.
I do think, though, when everyone sort of initially got taken over, a lot of it was before anyone realised that the firebenders had gone bad. So, like, they all used to kind of just live in harmony, and then one day they're just like, surprise, tanks and shit, fire lizards, fuck you guys, slaves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess, like, the first time they might not have been expecting to be taken over, whereas now that
They know what to
has
expect.
Rallied the
Also,
troops.
there
I
was
think it
always
would be
more
obvious.
earthbenders
It wouldn't have been
anyway.
a surprise.
Like there was always more earthbenders there. Their spirits were broken. That was
Plus,
the only difference.
they
Yeah.
can literally make dirt houses and they won't burn down. What are you going to do about that, Fire Lord?
Yeah, but did you see the cool dance
Don't
sequence?
start with me.
It's my favorite scene in the movie because of how
Where they
stupid it
forgot
is.
the special effects.
They're all like, yeah, doing a stomp dance. I'm like, ooh, here comes something big. And then a small rock comes up onto the
That
screen.
wasn't from him.
I know, but it looks like it was from them. A small rock floats up and then flies at them. And I was like, well, why the fuck were they dancing around?
I think it was
it's
the
practicing
end.
their forearms.
I thought it was the end of the dance that rose the big wall
Yeah, that's
to
what-
protect them.
That's
Yeah.
what it was.
If you have to continue the move, that doesn't make sense.
'Cause
Look,
the wall was still
What
there.
what happens if you stop the dance?
Most of their forms are like to concentrate their ki or chi or whatever it is
Yeah.
they're using. They always that's what Aang was doing half the time. Half the time he's moving his arms around before any wind comes out.
Yeah, I know.
imagine just shooting him with an arrow. That's like problem solved.
You tried just arrow. Well, actually,
What about guns? Like seriously,
They don't have guns in
they
that
have
world.
machines like fucking
Yeah.
fire lizards.
yeah, they
Just
have,
a fire lizard.
You-
would
You're
just
you're
eat
concerned
him.
about a fire lizard, but Aang has this thing that flies,
Yeah, it's
and no
great.
one said anything about that creature yet.
Yeah, that hell beast.
you mean the demon?
Yeah.
It's not a
Fucking
demon.
Uffa the demon.
Yeah, I was gonna
See
say,
its face? Jesus Christ.
I want one.
Yeah.
It's basically just Falcor.
Ah,
Fat Falcor.
yeah.
Basically something from Insidious. It was horrifying.
You're from Insidious.
If I looked like that, I would have been.
You do look
And
like
then there's
that.
the flying bat lemur, which is another little demon thing.
Yeah.
No, I like that too. I thought it was cute.
Look, I don't know why it changed from a flying lemur to a flying lemur bat,
The names don't matter.
don't they?
Not really.
Look.
Once you get past all the ungs and the angs,
Yeah, so
and the fact that they keep changing the way they say it,
so I
it's
looked
okay.
I looked it up because I'm like, why did Shalamabang change all the pronunciations? And apparently it was because he wanted it to sound more Asian and authentic. So instead of saying avatar, it's avatar, and it's ung instead of ang, and just everything was a bit fucked. And it was to try and make it for like just feel more exotic, I guess. And all it feels like instead is like, are you guys okay? Because half the time it'll be like, oh yes, and the avatar is coming here. That's him over there. See the avatar going that way. Yes, the avatar. And it's like, they don't even know what they're saying. Like, it switched back and forth so many times that we were just laughing at it in the end. We're like, they just want to say words how they're meant to be said.
And don't want to have to reshoot it.
Was it the same actors saying it the same way? Because I never noticed it.
No, they
No,
would switch.
they would
So
switch.
it's just
Yeah.
the one actor would switch themselves.
Yeah.
Because I was looking for maybe it's the different
Nationalities
yeah,
of
the
the.
different
Yeah.
nationalities
Oh,
doing
no.
it. Nah, it switched.
Have you
multiple
watched
times?
Star Trek? Recently?
Which one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Any of
just
them.
in
The-
general.
which-
They always say sensors. They
Oh,
don't
yeah.
say sensors.
They
The
they
sensors.
Right.
say it dramatically.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's a couple of things they say that's really weird the way they say it. And they say it that way 98% of the time. And when they don't, it's really strange.
Well, that's what this movie's like all the time.
Sensors.
Avatar. Ung ang.
All right.
Who's Korra?
The waterbender.
She's an avatar.
What's her name in the movie?
She's not in it.
Okay, cool. Because I'm like, was she in this? I don't know.
She's the next avatar after Ang.
Oh, they should make a
Oh,
movie on
okay.
her.
Yeah.
Be great. It'd work very well in 2020.
Don't even start with me. Well, we're not talking about that. We're talking about how this was nearly good, and then it wasn't.
All right. So
It was good.
What would have made this good? Other than we know the name changing that is stupid.
But
What else?
The weird thing is though, like if you hadn't ever watched
I saw this before the anime.
Avatar, then it would just seem like some strange fantasy world, really fast paced.
Yeah. Like, it's not terrible.
That suddenly ended without a conclusion.
Yeah.
So
To me,
Well,
it
no,
had a
because
conclusion.
It was gearing up for another
no,
movie.
he didn't learn Earth or Firebending.
Yeah, but it's still. He's
Because
still
imagine if they shoved
I know
all
it was
of
gearing up for
Avatar
another
into
movie.
this.
I know it was gearing up for another movie.
Yeah.
But don't do it that way if you're not. You don't like.
Yeah.
They did it so hard into you need to see the next movie without already having the contract in place to make the next movie.
You sound like one of those people that was angry at the end of Fellowship of the Ring. You're like, when the fuck? The ring didn't get taken there.
No, but you knew the rest was coming.
no, they didn't actually.
Yeah, I'm sure they
If
No.
it flopped, I reckon they would not have made
Yeah,
it.
did.
no.
They not record them all at the same
No.
time?
No, what was the one? Was it the
They did the last one,
the
which
last
was
one, wasn't it?
which
Where
was
they went
done
into
over
it?
2 movies. That was all done at the same time, but the first 2 weren't.
Yeah, you knew that you knew it was coming though.
No,
Like, no, they fucking knew. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's Lord of the Rings. They spent so much money on it. They would not have spent that much money if they didn't know it was going to succeed.
I reckon if it didn't do as well as they were hoping, they wouldn't have made the next one.
All 3 films were shot simultaneously and entirely in New Zealand.
No, they weren't.
My dick.
That's
Yeah,
not what
that's
they
what
were
I
saying.
thought as well. I
Harry
remembered.
Potter, all 20 of them.
What?
If you watch the first movie of Harry Potter,
You knew that.
you
the
knew
books
the
were
next
so
one's
popular.
coming.
The books were
If
so
it flopped,
popular.
though,
No, but
It wouldn't have flopped.
even if it did, even if they only made 2 or 3 Harry Potter movies, each movie wraps up. And then there's no like story that's waiting for the next movie because the start of the next movie is the start of the school year.
They don't end Harry Potter books or movies with this is happening next.
Yeah.
While this movie completely ended with like, there's a comet coming and we'll be 3 times more powerful, and that's the credits roll. And you're like, I see.
Oh, you're complaining there was an end, like the end credit type of thing, saying there's
it
another
wasn't
movie.
even an end credit.
Yeah, I
It was
know,
in
but-
the main movie.
It was right at the end.
It made you feel like this is like happening. If you didn't look at how much time was left on the movie, you'd think something else was coming.
No,
there's heaps of movies that do those teasers at the end.
Yeah, and
And they don't have another one to follow
If
it.
you can watch a movie and feel like you got everything and there's not really unanswered questions, even if they tease a second movie with new information coming, it doesn't feel as bad as when you feel like there's big gaping holes in the plot and then it's like, by the way, no more ever again.
They built up that he needs to learn each of the bending like elements,
Yeah.
which they made it seem like he would learn them all in that movie. I honestly felt like he was going to learn the other elements. But then the whole thing, yeah, you already knew. But I didn't remember this movie, and I don't remember the series.
Yeah.
And they made it feel like he was going to go through water, earth, and fire, and then he was going to be like,
God.
not God, just like he was going to quell this bullshit, and it was going to end on a happy note. I did not realize that they weren't going to. I was like, how are they going to squeeze all this in? They didn't even try. They just dragged it out on a water battle.
I
or a
almost,
waterbending
I
battle.
do
I
kind
like
of
that
feel
battle.
It
that
was okay.
he should have just had all bending ability, but it was weak. You
Yeah.
know, like if he had every element that he could do, but obviously he's better at airbending because he's an airbender, then it could be more like, oh, your technique's a little weak. Let us help you do some intense water bending. And then it would have been more like, yeah, we'll have to find teachers from every bending race.
Yeah.
Like, but instead,
Well, they said that.
Well, yeah, but it just, I don't know.
And it didn't come about that way.
It just, it's not the worst movie. And I remember when I initially saw it in the cinemas when it came out, I was like, it's not bad. The special effects were pretty, everything was kind of fun, but it was also just like, even trying to pretend I hadn't seen the show and loved the show, it was just feeling like things were missed or that details were there that didn't need to be when something else could have done it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For me, it was more that it should have ended on a more conclusive note.
Yeah.
They should have written it so it kind of felt like you came to an end. There was no end. It was only the end
No.
of that particular battle. That's a very small part of what they portrayed as the story.
I think it is a problem though, knowing that, you know, Zuko needs to take the airbender with him kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
he needs to present him and knowing that his dad's trying to take over the whole world kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, you know that there's so much more to the story, but hey, Ung made a wave, you
Yeah.
know, like, and then it just ends.
Like, if they didn't have anything hard in place for another movie,
Mm-hmm.
like, don't go that path. If there was guaranteed like a next movie before this one finished, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That lead up is actually good because it hypes you. But it's just a letdown if there's no extra movie.
No, I know what you're saying.
But-
I've seen many movies like that.
Definitely better than Dragon Ball. In which case, if you'd never watched Dragon Ball, you'd still be like, "What is going on? They're just jumping all over the place."
You could watch this and be like, hey, this is a cool premise. I
Yeah.
like magic
When's
powers.
number 2 coming out?
And you could go and watch the show.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like definitely if you watched Dragon Ball, you'd be like, oh, fuck, I'm not watching the cartoon then. This
Yeah.
is shit.
Like, I
So,
don't know what the fuck's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know how true to the original series this was because I don't remember.
They just did some key points in it.
But it was still interesting and coherent.
Yeah.
And they did well not to try to squeeze everything into one movie.
Mm-hmm.
But if they weren't getting a second part, I just feel like they should have ended it on a more conclusive note or not built up so much extra expectations. Like, it just felt like unfinished. And because it was.
Yeah.
But don't fucking leave it unfinished if you're not guaranteed to have the next part.
Oh, okay. Part of the reason why the movie failed, it was boycotted for being whitewashed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem
So
with that.
there was plans for a second movie, but because of the boycotting,
How is it whitewashed?
Because he basically swapped the races. Like, the water tribes were supposed to be, like,
look like
darker
Inu-
skinned.
They're like Inuits.
Well, they're supposed to be, like...
And they look like that.
They're meant to look more, like, Indian-y. Like, American Indian kind of
No,
style.
I thought it was supposed to be like, what are they called? Inuit, like
Well, yeah, kind of.
Inuits, which were
But-
kind of Native American,
Yeah.
but like so far before Native Americans, like they diverged quite a bit apart.
It was just weird that instead of the waterbenders being the darker skin tone, the firebenders all became the darker skin tone, which is essentially like, hey, all the baddies are dark skinned. And I think that's the message people got from it. Instead of that, the firebenders were typically the more white characters.
You know, it's stupid to say whitewashing when this movie had so much, like,
So
It had-
few
diversity
white
and
people.
ethnic
it
and,
So
did.
like,
few white people.
Yeah.
yeah, like, it's really dumb. Like, it's great that you can say the bad guys are the Indians,
Mhm.
but hey, there was tons of
It wasn't
screen time.
Indians. I thought it was more like maybe like Pakistani, like Iranian. Pakistan's basically Indians anyway, isn't it? They only separated as a country like
The
50
main
years
bad guy
ago
in
or some
Zuko,
shit, didn't
they're
they?
Indian, aren't they?
Yeah, he is, I think. Well, at least
And
he's in a bunch of
the
Indian
Fire
movies.
Lord is Maori, isn't he?
I don't know.
He's
I
Uncle
just-
Bully from fucking Thingy.
I just think it's disappointing.
Oh.
Like, Zuko
He's a rapist.
was... Okay. Zuko,
That's why he's after the Avatar.
he wasn't good looking. He didn't have a scar.
He
And
had
he was
a
whiny.
He's whiny in the show.
When the best looking character
He's
in
always
this...
like, for my honor, gotta get the Avatar, get accepted.
the
Fuck me."
only good looking character is Uncle Iroh.
He's pretty hot.
He was a fucking beast.
He's like the
God.
oldest one.
Yeah, he's like 70 years old. And I'm like, I'll start drinking tea for this man. And I don't like tea.
Jesus.
Wow.
Anyway, it felt more natural. The Inuits were like Eskimos.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That makes sense.
But regardless of that, as long as the whatever race they are, if it
Relatively
looks,
consistent.
then it doesn't matter if
Yeah.
they want to change colors or anything
I know.
like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just
This is supposed to be the entire world. Like, I'm assuming that there's no other elemental benders in Australia. Like, there's literally the world is these 4 groups.
yeah.
So,
Kind of. So there's like northern and southern water tribes. So
Yeah.
I think North and South Pole.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I feel like everyone else was just kind of around in villages. But I do think that you would have an Earthbender village not that far from...
I thought the Earthbenders were more typical Asian,
Yeah, that's
like
what I thought.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't whitewashing be most of them
Koreans
changed?
like look.
I think most people were just frustrated because, like, Katara and Sokka are supposed to be darker, and they're, like, the two side main characters, so instead the three people that it focused on were white, and the bad guy was dark. And I think that's what people saw, rather than, like, hey, like, no, everyone is this color and everyone is this color, but because it was the switch, they just were mad.
Look, it was Shami's idea.
Yeah,
He's
I know.
the director. He's Indian, isn't he?
I know. He's not even white.
Like,
No.
let him do it. If he wants to make his side the bad guys, he can do it.
It really didn't feel whitewashed to me. It really didn't.
Like, it's so whitewashed. There's three of them.
It's like, can you just make a Powers movie? Did you have to bring your little ideas to it? Your weird
It's like,
pronunciation
what is
and
it?
swapping
Ghost in the
races?
Shell. They're like, I can't believe it's whitewashed. They changed one fucking actor. The rest,
Which one?
Ghost in the Shell being Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, yeah.
The rest of the cast is all diverse. But
They
they're
wanted
like,
a
no.
big name.
I know. That's just movies. They wanted big names. Like Martin. They got him the like fucking... What's his name?
You were pretty good in Twilight, though. As the guy that, like, controls emotions. Yeah.
What happened to you?
You let yourself go, Martin.
Your eyes are
Not
so
in-
dark. Are
Not
you
in
hungry?
AAA movies anymore.
Oh, shut
Hey, just on
up.
this podcast. We're getting sponsored by Honey Verdette. Life's fucked.
That'd be fucking great. You know, Honey Birdette, like, for a set of lingerie, it's like $400 or $500.
Jesus. Maybe we should get them as a sponsor.
Yeah.
So, is there anything about this movie you actually liked?
Love the special effects. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the special
And-
effects pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like...
Actually, wait. The dragon was horrid.
Yeah, the dragon fucking sucked.
The
The
dragon?
spirit world sucked.
Yeah, the spirit world was really kind of dumb and almost didn't need to be there.
I don't know. Like, it's funny because as much as I feel negatively about the movie, it's not that bad.
No, it's a good.
I've seen it like half a dozen times.
See, it got me wanting to watch the actual anime.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that means it was half decent.
Mm.
I feel like it's done its job.
Yeah.
If it pulls your attention
Mhm.
into go back to the original source and somewhere in
Unlike Dragon Ball, which made me never
Yeah.
want to watch Dragon Ball, and I love that show.
I like the movie was funny, but if I had watched that before the anime, I wouldn't have gone to watch the anime.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So that didn't do
Reverse
its job
advertising.
in that type of sense, but it was a good movie to me still.
Yeah.
Mm.
That one. So
Yeah, I think they did better than Dragon Ball for sure.
Mm.
They
Oh, of
did
course.
way better.
Like,
Like-
in every aspect.
Yes.
The acting, the special effects even were better than Dragon Ball.
That's not even.
Like, the look of the characters felt closer to what I remember.
I do think the adaptation from from animated character to real person, they didn't do it in a weird way. Like, Katara is supposed to have little loopy hair things, but it wouldn't look right on a real life
Like
person, so
Leia.
they changed it to braids.
I was gonna say,
That's
what about
Leia.
Leia?
Well,
Yeah.
I just
I think
Yeah.
it's the dumbest shit.
and that didn't look good.
yeah. So I think and changing Aang's tattoo, it wasn't a big blue arrow that
Yeah,
can look a
but
bit cheesy.
I thought about it. It would have
Yeah.
looked weird if it was just a solid color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would have.
I think the writing was better, and it still went solid when he was using his powers.
yeah.
I was gonna say his arrow in the anime is more like a henna tattoo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like just a solid henna, not a solid.
It's just speed stripes, basically. It's just
Colour.
fucking this big blue stripes down his head.
Yeah, he's just got blue lines.
The only thing that bugged me about him is his hair. They couldn't keep his hair perfectly shaved the whole time.
Yeah.
You watch different scenes, and some scenes that you could just see it growing back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But
it
I
was
mean, in the
annoying me.
cartoon, his hair grows and
Oh,
he
yeah, it
shaves
does.
his head constantly.
Yeah.
So
Oh, really?
yeah,
I didn't notice that. No.
Oh.
That's like later on, though, isn't it?
yeah, it is. He starts to grow his hair back and
Should
he
just
leaves
wax
it
it.
long to cover his arrow. So
Mm.
yeah,
I was just thinking, yeah, as the adaptation goes, bringing the look to life.
it's pretty good.
Some of the set pieces were fantastic. The characters' outfits, looked like they fitted in.
yeah,
like-
it didn't feel over the top or silly. It was like, oh yeah, I can imagine this in the snow or this on the boats and stuff. So it's not too bad.
Quick question, unless it's a spoiler. Is there any airbenders besides him left? Is he actually the last airbender?
In
Or
in
is
the
that it?
show.
He's the last one from what
So-
I remember.
Well, how do they explain how it will be passed on once it gets back to air?
So spoilers for anyone who's really behind. He ends up with Katara, and they have kids, and their kids are airbenders, and they are bringing back the airbender race with their family.
Oh,
They're just
Jesus.
spreading their seed across
I
the
don't
land.
know if that's enough.
Well, I guess because I think out of their kids, aren't like all of them are airbenders
They're all
except one, or
airbenders.
one's a waterbender or
No,
something.
I thought they were airbenders.
Maybe they're all airbenders. So I think that what will happen is the
Just call the
airbending.
non-airbenders
I think
in the
that
family.
I think that airbending might be the dominant bending gene.
Yeah.
So, but maybe it's just for males. Like I don't know. I just know that even when I was watching
Oh
Korra,
yeah, there was no female airbenders.
No.
When you look at all the flashbacks.
Wow.
actually that's true.
They're all male monks.
I don't even remember seeing it in Korra. Like, obviously his kids end up as
No,
female
wait,
airbenders.
there's a daughter that's an airbender.
Yeah, I know.
So, there's one.
But
Maybe they just throw them off when they're young.
I was gonna say in the movie, the flashbacks are into the monk group that
Yeah,
he grew up with.
just that temple where they
Yeah,
train them.
so
So
they-
they probably are airbender villages. I feel like I remember them talking about it, not in this, but like in the show in general.
The women airbenders.
Yeah, just like having tribes around.
They're
but-
probably around. They're just not at the temples where
Yeah,
they
yeah.
train and fucking.
How much did you hate that earthbender that tricked Aang?
Oh, the guy who's like,
I'm
I lured you
no,
down
what
here.
have you done, you bastard?
Except
Yeah.
he pulled out the knife. It was really weird, just the way he was holding the knife. I was like, you didn't even need this, man. Just back away.
Yeah.
It was really weird the way he was like. It's like they gave him a prop and he wasn't sure what he was supposed to do.
And
with
he's
it.
Right.
like, it's your fault. You guys made
I don't
me
know what to do with my
poor."
hands.
And then they gave him like
6 coins.
like $6 and sent him on his way. He's like, fuck yeah.
Man, I hate that guy. They should have made a sequel just to kill him.
I was gonna say that set piece I really liked.
Yeah, that was
The
really
temple.
pretty. The way they did the statues was actually pretty good. What else was pretty good? I feel like the water place where like the princess and that lived, that wasn't done too bad. And surprisingly, the princess with her really white hair and everything, that wasn't over the top cheesy
I liked
either.
actually her.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that, like, didn't she lose the color in her hair when she fell to the floor, and then suddenly it was back?
When she dies, it comes out.
No, there
She
was
gives it to the fish. Because the fish like hair dye for some reason.
no. I
That
think-
was just a spirit type of
No, I
thing.
think she lost it when she fell to the floor when the fish was killed.
Did she?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
when she falls to the ground, like her hair's like.
No, the hair only disappears once she goes
Yeah, I
in the
think
water.
the hair only changes
passes
color
it
in the
back.
water.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It might just be a weird scene.
Yeah. I'll have to rewatch it, but
In-
it's
in
funny
10 years' time.
that's my favorite scene actually, which is like so fucking tame compared to everything else in the whole thing, but I love that she gets in the water and the color just leaves her hair and
Yes.
it's, you know, you see, yes, she would have looked exactly like her parents if it weren't for being blessed by the water spirit. Like, I like the really, really obvious visual of the magic literally just seeping back into the fish and bringing him to life. What I don't like is how he stabbed the knife through the bag and then somehow the fish ends up back in the water just
He threw
floating
Throw it
around
back in.
He threw it through the bag.
and kept his sack.
Yeah, he's like threw the fish out of the top
Yeah,
of the
I
sack.
know, but why?
Yeah,
You'd
keep the
think
sack.
he'd think he wouldn't even care.
Sometimes
The sack's now got a hole in it. And he's like,
You
yeah,
can have a-
sacks are hard to find.
You can have it fixed.
Yeah, I guess. Could it? Well, we fixed the fish too. Everything can be fixed.
Maybe it had sentimental value to him in the end.
Oh, actually, I do like when they drown
I was about
his
to say
uncle. or
In the
whoever.
air and then
Yeah.
that's
it's fucking
brutal. for
brutal.
what I like. This is like a kids movie.
Yeah.
That scene's brutal as fuck.
And also, like, Katara just kind of left Zuko to die when she froze him. And then,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
Aang's like, Katara, all right, and freeze his face. So,
and then he just ends up melting his way out anyway.
yeah, because he's hot in the cartoon.
in the cartoon.
Wow.
I love 14-year-old animated Zuko.
Jesus.
At what point am I going to age enough to be like, oh, that's creepy now?
Just any age.
Yeah, but
It's
like,
creepy. It's
Like,
creepy
right
now.
no, but okay, let's get real for a second and talk about animation. Okay,
Aaron's favorite topic.
Kovu, the Lion King too.
That
He's
is
hot.
It's not what this is
Kobe's
about.
hot.
Oh, wait, I don't remember it.
Kovu's hot.
What?
He's got that bad boy look.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Actually, do you know what? You look like a cosplayer of Kovu. You need the scar. And like,
Oh yeah. I can
Doesn't
see
he?
it. Yeah, I can see
yeah.
it.
What are you? Who are you
But
talking
you're
about?
like whitewashed version.
What
With
are
a
you
little
talking
bit
about?
of bodybuilding fake tan.
Kobe is the, well, like the Scar version in number 2 of The Lion King.
Okay. I don't even remember the first one.
Disgrace.
No, so he's like fills in for Scar, but he's good, not bad.
I'm gonna look up Kovu cosplay because it's relevant to this
It's
convo.
really not.
No.
'Cause we all know you're going. That needs to be fucking.
It's Martin.
That needs to be thrown into some hyenas.
Look.
Alright, does anyone have anything else? We've covered what? Story, acting, looks. About no one noticed sound because the score was fine.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
actually alright.
What's this?
Press play.
Oh, is her hair gonna change colour?
Wow, it looks like it.
Alright.
I thought the first time I watched it did.
No, her hair's white.
It's the lighting. It goes dark.
Yeah, and then there's shadow as everyone runs over to her.
Yeah.
You should really fix this. It's so cracked.
It's really dark.
Apple, if you'd like to sponsor us, Aaron needs a new phone. So, and I eat apples every day.
Phones.
Okay.
Apple phones. It's very
Once a
expensive.
day, Apple phone a day keeps the doctor away.
That's a very expensive
Diet.
diet.
I prefer to use my Android phone and eat my Apple phone. And I'm not losing weight. It's really weird.
Just vibrating all the time. Alright,
Vibrating all the time.
has anyone got anything else to say or forever hold their peace?
I thought I had something to say,
Okay,
but I'm tired. and
so
I
what's your
don't
critical
want-
scores?
Well, no. First off, what's everyone's
Favorite and least favorite. I
Oh,
already
yeah.
said mine.
Who?
Me.
You're your favorite and least favorite?
No, you said who?
Oh, who?
You're still saying who? Oh, we're
Who?
picking favorite characters.
Yes, we do it
We-
every time.
We don't pick favorite characters. We pick favorite scenes.
And characters.
All right.
We
no,
do.
we fuck, marry, kill the characters. We pick favorite scenes.
All right. I
All right.
think the best character
Is Iroh.
is Iroh and Sokka.
To be fair, though, he's the best in the show as well. So
Yeah.
It's kind of
Like,
like
arguably.
it's got good source material.
Yeah.
And the worst character is Sora.
Worst
Sora.
character
Sora.
is that Earthbender, the
What's the
old
water girl?
Earthbender.
Katara.
Katara.
Yeah, Katara's the worst.
She's the worst, so that's because I think she's also the worst actor in this.
Yeah, she is for sure.
I don't remember the names.
Just describe them.
Yeah. What a girl. What a guy. Air guy.
What the fuck?
Air guy.
Fire dude.
Mm,
Who really speaks to you?
None of them.
Yeah, but who's the best?
what's Zuko's uncle?
Iroh.
He was good.
Yeah, he seemed good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's.
He did a good job in the movie.
But I feel like it's one of those things where, of course, the older actors are usually just kind of be better. Like,
He just did a good job of a mix of like really tough, formidable Iroh, and then also like still kind of giving
Yeah.
good advice, but not being goofy.
yeah, he wasn't as goofy.
Did well holding his anger back and not killing that general
Mm.
or whatever it was that kept giving his.
Yeah, but he did almost
Nephew
burn the
shit.
place down when he decided to go flamethrower on everyone.
Yeah,
Is
well,
that he's producing flames without a source of fire?
Yeah.
See, that
seemed
would have
pretty
been
badass
that
there,
would have been
actually.
a really cool scene if they had mentioned, I think, more and more that they need fire so much.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they didn't mention it as much, other than you're like, hey, they're throwing fireballs, and then there's like fire around.
No,
Yeah.
they did kind of mention it enough, and
I
it
don't
was
think-
it seemed obvious. Like when they were prepping for the siege, they're like, we need to get rid of as many sources of fire before they start.
What's that?
no, I think
Oh.
your bitch is just being a bitch.
Look,
Bitch is gonna bitch.
it's true. It's more like troll gonna troll.
Mm.
Yeah.
Was it you cosplaying?
Oh, that. All right, what's your least favorite?
Was it that?
You'll see it.
Alright. Oh wait, did I get it too?
Yeah.
Least
Mm.
favorite, dickhead.
I'll do
Um,
my least favorite. It's still Katara.
Yeah, it is.
My stomach is screaming.
You had a burger and coffee.
I'm not hungry. I'm angry at Katara. And I'm hungry for iPhone.
I didn't like the guy, the main guy, other than Aang.
Zuko. Oh, Sokka?
It's the brother.
You don't like Sokka?
Martin.
You don't like yourself?
Obviously, I don't like myself, but
Yeah,
I didn't like
fair.
that actor either. He seemed too dopey.
He's
He
meant to be
was-
dopey.
Yeah, he was. I feel like he was one of those ones too that was kind of. They actually got a blend where he
I
was,
liked him a lot
kind
in
of being
this.
goofy while still being sort of like a believable character.
He wasn't completely stupid and goofy in a way that would have made it feel like dumb. he was just like the right mix of being a bit like of a comedy kind of person.
You know when they try to do the goofy thing and they make it stand out? It didn't stand out as much. Wow, on your phone, mid-podcast.
No, not.
You were.
So, favorite scenes then? Come on.
Wait, did you do your favorite? Not yet.
We haven't done it.
I did mine ages ago.
Your favourite scene?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah,
it?
her
When
say-
her hair changes.
Alright, what's your least favourite?
I don't like how he stabs the fish. It angered me.
There could have been so better ways. He could have sat there with a fishing rod and just fished the fish out. That would have been better.
Yeah, that would have been a good on a $150 million movie.
I don't like.
It's like, I get you.
I don't like when all the kids were hanging off Upper's legs because he looked like an absolute demon beast.
He doesn't look like a demon beast.
He's awful.
He's not.
Ugh,
He's cute and cuddly. I want one.
He's a sleep paralysis demon. That's what he is.
Except he does it while you're awake.
Yeah.
Holds you down.
Actually, no. The least favorite scene is all of the spirit world. That sucked.
Oh, yeah. Damn it. I was going to go the rock guys, but...
That's like the funniest because
That's why I said that's
it's
one of
so
my
out
least
of
favorite and
place.
funny as well, but yeah, it's done.
The spirit world was just shocking.
The spirit world's pretty bad.
It
You're
looked
talking
like
about when they're
shrooms.
dancing around?
Yeah. But that's just
normal.
they missed the CGI there. That's all that was.
They didn't miss the CGI.
They just didn't. They didn't
They
time
were
it.
finishing the dance.
They didn't time it for Keen's liking to understand it enough.
I
I don't think anyone did. That scene gets pointed out. It's a meme.
I think the important question here is which bending power would you have if you could pick one?
Oh, we'll go with the first question.
Earth,
What's
so
your
I can build a
favorite-
house.
least favorite scene?
Fine.
And then you can have your bending. one.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? You finish it up. Fuck you.
Earth is the most powerful because you're practically always near it.
Water's not bad if you can
Second.
get it out of the air.
Imagine
but
we
you gotta
didn't
be
have to
super
pay for
powerful
bottled
for that.
water. We're just
So?
like,
I'd be shooting pebbles at cunts left, right, and centre. Wasn't me.
That's my favorite scene actually.
what?
When the kid comes running down, and the guard comes following him
Oh, yeah.
and explaining to him why he's under arrest. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Wasn't there an earthbender that was part of the crew in
The show.
the show?
Tough.
I
Tough.
don't know.
Yeah, the little girl that's blind.
She
Alright.
metal bends.
Yeah.
She in the anime doesn't she the waterbender learn how to bend the blood or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
blood bending.
Thought so.
Yeah, it's, blood bending is kind of dark.
You know, actually, never mind. That might be too much even for this podcast. Yeah, carry on.
Wait, there's
Well,
nothing.
now you have to say. it.
There's nothing that's too much for this podcast. You've heard
You're
what these
not
two
gonna
say.
like it. You only think that you want to hear it.
Is it the Rule 34 thing?
No, although I did Google cum bending. And it
Cum
was
bending?
funny. No.
Fuck.
It was a lot of katara with dick. You know, like, anyway. No, I was going to say it would be a really handy way to get your period over fast. You just blood bend it out and you're good to go. Doesn't that seem really handy?
Yeah, well, water bending doesn't sound too bad.
Right?
Get rid of those fucking bitchiness weeks over quicker.
You want to have a shower, you get in there, you just like, and then you're all done.
Yeah, like it's a like clean sphere of water. You're like, and
Yeah.
then off of you, and it's just a dirty sphere of water.
Yeah. And then
just
you
throw it out the back.
Yeah, on the plants. If your dog doesn't want a bath, you just encapsulate them in a ball of water.
Drown
stick
them.
your hands in and scrub. No, their heads are out.
You
Their
didn't
heads
say
are
that.
out.
You said encapsulate
I was
them.
gonna say you could use a lot of this other stuff for that as well.
Yeah,
Just
like
hold them in place with the earth.
if someone's got an injury, you rub dirt on it. So you just earth bend them
Oh, I use fire.
to seal it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like honestly though, I would have to pick earth bending because I like dirt.
You are
I
dirt.
like dirt.
I like the smell of dirt.
It's one of the most practical ones, I'd say.
I could build a house.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be good.
Yeah, but with
Well,
fire
you could get
bending,
better
I
at
could
it.
scare people into building my house.
But if someone was a waterbender, they could put out your fire.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They need water.
Yeah.
In the show, what's Earth's weakness? Water.
Paper.
Mm.
What?
I mean, it doesn't
Covers
have one,
rock.
I guess.
Why'd you fuck?
I knew you guys were gonna fucking end up here.
Because fire is obviously water.
Yeah.
Like, they've all got to have one that, like, didn't he say it's like wind, water,
Heart.
earth,
Fire.
fire?
Crippling death.
That was the way he had to learn it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm pretty sure that's also the cycle. One's, like, more powerful over the other
Yeah,
in a
I
circle.
think so. But I don't know that it's ever been explained. I don't think it's like Pokemon.
Can only assume that water's more powerful than fire.
I don't know. The fire could get hot enough to turn the water to steam before it actually gets near it.
And then the airbender's like, yeah, hot steam. That's the noise they make.
Please, for the love of God.
I want a sequel where Aang's like, just the whole movie.
Oh my god.
So the sequel is $150.
Alright, critical then. Come on. This is getting out of hand.
Hey, does
Really?
this mean, like, if Zuko's uncle, whatever his name
Pyro.
was, can make fire
Hot
out of
stuff.
nothing?
Only when there was no moon.
Alright. Does that mean Aang can create air when he's in space?
I would like to know that also. I think we should ask Shamalama Ding Dong.
Well, he made
can.
this air, the sea under the water to make.
Yeah, no, but there's
But
still
there's oxygen in there.
still oxygen.
Is he bending oxygen or just air?
I think he's just bending natural gases.
Do you
Yeah,
think he
natural
can
gases.
make a ball of air and suck all the oxygen out specifically? Or do you think if he
Yes.
wanted to suffocate someone,
I
he
feel
would
like
have
if he
to
was
just
at a really
wait?
high level, he could do that.
Yeah, just like make a void, no air.
But you got to remember, the Avatar doesn't hurt people. It doesn't kill people. He just shows the way
Yeah, but if
on
he's
how
just
to kill people.
suffocating them and then stopping before they die,
Yeah, like interrogation.
I know you.
putting them to
but
sleep. Sleep.
Did you not see the fight
Sleep.
scenes? All right, he killed some of them then.
Yeah, but he's not supposed to.
He's not supposed to, but he did.
It's teenage angst. Oh, sorry, angst.
Just-
Teenage angst.
All right, what's your critical if you've got nothing else to say about this movie?
Honestly,
I think
It's
as a
probably a
movie,
4.
they did okay.
it's
Five
probably
out
a
of
4.
five, not bad.
It's like it is though. It's a 4.
I think.
Like, it's okay. I'm not the only one
Alright,
that's
wait,
thinking
so-
about that.
What are we thinking? As an adaptation or just as a movie? What?
I'm
was
thinking just
everything.
Everything that would come into critical as well.
All right, it looks good. Most of the actors are good.
Mm-hmm.
As far as live
The special
action,
effects are actually really good, except for the. It's one of those things where most things are good, but then there's these weak spots.
Yeah.
I think it's like a 3, maybe
a
3.5. I think it's good.
Yeah. Like, other than the fact that I know that the story is wrong and there's a little bit of issue with pacing and stuff, like
Only a
it's
little
pretty
bit
solid.
of pacing, but like I was saying, with the scenes that were a lot longer are all the good stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's the quick jumping
the
things.
camera was really zoomed in on them all
Oh
the
fuck!
time.
The camera on their faces. I forgot about that.
Yeah, like all the time it would be zoomed so close that it would cut off the top of their heads all the time, and it's like, do we
Maybe
need to
that's
see
why he
their
had his
nose
hair.
pores?
He had his hair growing back, and they're
Yeah,
like, "Fuck, zoom
they're
in
like,
the camera."
we're not shaving him again. Just film from here down.
Maybe they filmed it in 4:3, and they had to like letterbox it.
I wondered if it was something like that because some
No,
of the
it's
scenes
not
are so
that old.
fucking close.
So you're sticking with your 4?
I'm sticking with 4.
Kane, 3.5, as you said? Or 4? Or 3?
I think it is a. What did you say?
I said a 4.
You think a 4?
Oh, that's
That's
a-
a great.
My personal's going
I
to be
think
different.
3.75, solid 3.75.
Critically, it's not
think
bad.
it's more like-
I reckon it's a 4, because it was, besides it not following the story too well.
And you've
from
got to
the-
pretend that you don't know the cartoon.
No, adaptation is part of it, I would say.
I still reckon it's a 4, because it's
Yeah.
not too bad.
That's half of why I slaughtered Dragon Ball.
Also because it was fucking terrible anyway.
It was just badly made, that movie.
Funny
3.
though.
It's
Yeah.
above average.
3.25 then.
I'll go 3.5.
Yeah, I'll go 3.25.
Yeah.
Aaron's gonna
No,
give
we
it.
could
Aaron's
meta-
giving it a
meta
5.
game. I go 3.5, you go 3, and then we've technically given it 3.25.
Aaron's giving it a 5 just because he's being a cunt.
3.5.
You spastics.
5 out of 5 below average.
Well, I can tell you now, it's already doing better than
Dragon Ball.
yeah,
It's
bad-
already doing better than Dragon Ball.
no, than Bad Boy Bubby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good.
It's not fair, really.
If Bad Boy
There's no
Bubby could
artistic
airbend,
merit
though.
in Airbender.
Airbends that cat.
Blood bends it back to life.
Works.
Get his blood flowing again.
No, because he suffocated it with the glad wrap, so then he could just put air back in its lungs. Like, surprise, bitch.
Just blow it up.
Yeah.
All right,
Too much air.
wrong
You know
movie.
you can actually damage people's lungs by doing that too hard.
All right, personal, guys. Let's get personal.
I like this movie. I'm gonna go 3.5.
3.5.
I think it's good. It's fun to watch, and I'll watch it again.
Give it a solid 3.
I'll watch it again. I'll recommend it. I don't know why I got so low. I think people just could not
I think I
separate the whitewashing.
I got angry at the end knowing that there wasn't another one when I
Yeah.
looked at the date. I'm like, 2010 or some shit.
Yeah, but you can't get angry at that. You can't.
But I did.
I mean, you can't
And
take
it's
that.
personal.
Your feelings aren't
Your
valid.
personal can be angry.
Oh,
at
yeah.
that. Critical, I don't think.
I
can.
didn't blame that
Okay.
on critical.
It is annoying because I was like, "Ooh, I want to see the sisters and like the sister in the live action and their
Yeah,
friends." That would have been
Azula.
fun
Yeah.
because like she's mental. So
I don't remember them, but the idea of the media giving him 3 times power and to be able to create fire out of nothing,
Yeah.
that sounds interesting.
it's funny because this flopped, but I feel like the second movie would have been so good.
Yeah.
Like they've learnt, their
No,
mistakes from the first one.
I don't know why they didn't make a third one. Like people
Just make a
still
third
would've-
one. Miss the
Just a
second.
third.
Second one. People-
Everyone watching it like, fuck, did I miss something?
Everyone would have gone and watched it anyway. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Just-
one of those movies where it was good enough that you would probably go watch a second one, but not so good that you're not gonna like rag on it, kind of thing. So they probably still would have made another 300 million because people just would have went and watched it.
People are.
Even if they spent only 100 million.
I thought they
instead of
could try and
150.
cut it down to see if they can make some money off of it.
Yeah.
So-
They definitely could have. Like, they doubled their money. If they had been cheap about it, made 100 or 80 million or something, they still would have at least made 150.
All right, what's it at?
So I'm waiting for Melissa's personal.
Come on.
I'm torn. I'm thinking probably a 3.
Remember, you hate this movie.
Wow.
It angers me,
It
but I
angers
don't
you?
hate it. It's only funny when I do it. I'm the antagonist.
The antagonist.
The antagonist. Sounds so
You
dumb.
walked into that.
I know. I've got to stop saying anything with that sort of.
You gotta just stop using A.
Yeah.
A and N. Don't do it. Yeah, and.
Anged. So dumb. So dung.
Well,
Don't.
that's-
So I gave it a 3.5 as well for personal.
See, I wanted to, but I can't do it.
Just above average.
Cause like Iroh's really hot, but like everyone else is gross, so I just can't bump it up.
I know. There's like nothing for the guys. Where are the
Alright.
hot chicks?
That grandmother though.
So
No.
you got a decision to make though.
Did it tie with 1 or 2 things?
One.
Okay.
Can you send? Oh wait, I'll wait for you to get the list first.
Yeah, chill out,
Yeah.
mate.
So
So what's it with?
Green Street Hooligans.
Ooh.
You reckon
Below.
above? I reckon below.
It's below.
So above.
Nah, Green Street Hooligans is better than the Last
What did
Airbender.
I give Green Street Hooligans?
All up?
Yeah.
A 5.
What did I give Airbenders?
Is it
6.5.
They're
Yeah.
so wildly different.
What did I give Green Street?
You gave Green Street a 7. And you gave this a 7.
Yeah, alright then.
I will probably watch this again before I watch Green Street.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
But Green Street has the advantage of being, I guess, its own contained story, which is a little
Has an
unfair.
ending.
Wait, we don't know what happened afterwards.
All right. If you're going to go off
How
that,
did he live out his life?
if you're going to go off what everyone gave the 2, you'd
Yeah.
go below Green Street.
Really?
Why was that?
Because Aaron was the only one that gave this lower.
Oh, okay.
No,
Green
gave this
Street.
higher. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
we all gave
Oh.
Green Street Hooligans higher besides
Or
Aaron.
even.
Yeah, so Kane gave them both a 7. Melissa gave this a 7, and Green Street it's an 8.
Yeah.
I gave Green Streets an 8, and this is 7.5.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. That's a fair way to do
Yeah,
it.
so Airbender above.
Look,
Totally fair.
I could argue for either. I do for some reason feel like this needs to be above just based on like it's more appealing in general.
Yeah, so 2.
But I
of us
do think
agree.
that Green Street Hooligans was like really good.
Even though, regardless of
Super
how you think
average.
of it's, even if
Epitome
you
of
say
average.
yeah, like even if you want to say it's average, I still think it is the better movie
Yeah.
with probably the far lower budget,
Yeah.
and the special effects in Green Street were great.
If you'd
It actually
like,
looked like they were in England.
if you'd
Yeah.
like to sponsor us, Elijah would. We accept PayPal and Lord of the Rings replica items.
You know what? They'd boost that score up if they do the next movie and it's Elijah playing Aang. Could you imagine?
Wasn't there a Green Street Hooligans 2?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Those are those movies that are straight to like home and DVD kind of
It's
thing.
like people were like, let's make more money off of this. Oh, it's no good? Damn.
No,
Why
they
couldn't
do
they
it
have
on
done that with
purpose.
Last Airbender?
Oh, we
Yeah.
probably, hopefully we do get, no way, because there's got so much licensing behind that, there'll never be a chance.
Now that they're doing the Netflix show anyway.
When's
Is there
that coming
a
out?
show?
Yeah, it's coming out soon.
Is it starting from the beginning again?
I'm not sure. Is
I
it
don't-
live action?
I don't even know if it's following. Yeah, it's live action. I don't
The
even know.
creator-
Live action or animated?
Was it the creator's not on it anymore? They kicked him off. He was
Oh,
too annoying.
yeah. Yeah, so
Why?
the creator of Avatar,
I just like to think he was annoying.
he had all these ideas and they're like, you don't understand. You can't take a cartoon and make it live action and keep this stuff that you want to keep. And he's like, yes, you can. And they're like,
Yes,
it
you
won't
can.
work.
Bleach did it.
Bleach was a good
Right,
movie.
you're fired. If that's your vision, you're out.
Like, do you want a movie or a fucking cosplay? Like,
Every time he didn't
Can't
get
we
his
have both?
way, he's like glaring at them and they're like, are you trying to firebend? And he's like, like so
he's
mad.
actually insane. He believes it's all real.
It is in our hearts. And
It
in
is
our
in his head.
pants.
Does that earthbending dance? Nothing comes up.
And they're like, oh my god, it's just like the film.
So, where did it rank on the list?
Where's Oh,
In the middle.
wait.
24.
It's so much higher than I thought. It's above National Treasure. That's bullshit.
That was a national treasure.
You say that every time.
I know. And I will continue because I forget that I've ever said it.
All right, so Martin has asked that he not have to pick the movie tonight. So Martin, what have you picked? No, I'm kidding.
If you want me to pick tonight, you're all gonna get annoyed.
Do you have a movie in mind for your choice?
Wait. If he's got one, then we just flip a coin.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Flip a coin.
I've got a couple.
All right.
Because it was do I go with the continuation of anime, or do I just do a?
It just has to be animated. I thought
Yeah.
maybe a Disney movie
That's
or
what
something.
that was my other choice. But the
Alright.
Disney movie I got in mind is,
Seven Little Dwarfs porn parody.
no, it's a bit expensive to actually watch
Seven
right now.
Dwarfs, was it?
Is it
$7?
Mulan? We're meant to be watching Mulan tomorrow night, so I vote Mulan. Do you want to watch Mulan? Do you want to we'll just watch Mulan? Because we're already going to.
Yeah, but unless you get it illegally, it's going to
No.
cost you a fair bit.
I've
Yeah,
already
we
got it.
already decided we were all just going to put money in for it.
I've already got it. I bought it for Rachel the other day.
Yeah. Is it?
You bought
don't
it?
tell us.
I've already watched it.
How did you buy it?
On Disney Plus
Oh,
or Disney.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Disney
whatever.
through Disney Plus. You
Yeah.
go to their website, do the
Yeah,
Premium.
That's what we're going to have to do.
I think
Yeah.
the Mulan's a good idea, but just for shits and gigs, what would you have picked out of Heads or Tails?
It actually angers me before we go any further that they felt like they could do that
But
the way
hey,
they did it.
it's
Yeah.
working though.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's
but
working.
Continue.
I argued with Rachel for about an hour about no, this is pointless. It's a waste of money, and then she won in the
It's
end
disgusting
anyway.
that because it's free after Christmas.
Yeah, no, just before.
Oh, either way, it's just like you can just stream it as part of having normal Disney Plus.
All right. Whose heads, whose tails?
I would choose
You
Tails.
look like a bottom, yeah. All
I'll
right.
have evens.
Land sideways.
Like yes.
Catch it.
Okay.
Your hand-eye coordination is
It's
horrible.
a bottom.
Who picked what?
So Milan won.
Okay,
Milan won twice.
that's convenient.
We have to watch it twice.
I can watch it twice.
Milan,
I can't
Milan.
afford to watch it twice.
You get to watch it. You keep it after you pay that money.
You keep it?
Are you going to use your account then?
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably
I
log
think
in-
I've got a trial.
I was gonna
or
say you can
something
log
to
into
use.
ours if you
I
want.
mean, yeah, well, I was going to say you can use mine, but then it's like
We've still got to
actual
buy it.
mine.
You can log into mine. We've already got it.
Can we really?
Don't see why you couldn't. I'll give you the details.
You can
We
only
can
use so
try.
many devices.
We use it on maybe 2 devices in the house.
It's probably...
We'll try it.
Yeah,
And if it
you
doesn't
want.
work, we'll rent it. Alright, you heard it here first. Ladies and gentlemen, we're watching Milan. The new one. The one without any of the good things from the cartoon.
Yeah, there's no singing.
Well, we don't know.
It's
We
more
haven't seen
serious.
it yet. So
I've read a couple of reviews.
no, stop that. Stop it.
Alright.
Oh, we should have done Jungle Book. That was actually fun.
I haven't seen it.
You're disgusting.
I don't remember Jungle
Like,
Book.
just because of the Jungle Book or because of me in general?
You in general.
You're like just the Jungle Book.
that was the Jungle Book. Like, seriously. Have
Like-
you not watched the Jungle Book?
I forgot.
I was gonna say like rapists, racists, people who haven't watched Jungle Book.
People who like cuties are under people who don't like the Jungle Book.
What's the guy in it that plays the big gorilla? Orangutan thing?
Christopher Walken.
I like
Yeah.
orangutans.
Wait, is he Christopher Walken? Like, is he Christopher Walken? The
He
monkey's Christopher Walken.
His true form.
I saw Christopher Walken in a movie I watched last night about cancer, and he died.
Oh,
Does in this too.
Falls into the water. Can't swim.
Mowgli eats him
he's an orangutan.
because there's no
Mowgli eats him?
there's no Pop Tarts in the jungle.
I ate my last Pop Tarts this morning.
You eat Pop Tarts?
Yeah,
I thought Pop Tart's like an American thing.
What
You can still
flavor?
get 'em
depends on if I'm
from
being cheap.
Super cheap stores and super expensive stores.
Yeah, if I'm
Aren't they
being
just
cheap,
like
I'll
sugar?
get them from from Woolworths. Get the
Yeah.
chocolate ones.
Yeah.
If I've actually got the money, I'll go to the TTP and
How
get
many
the.
ever-
calories
They
are in a
only
Pop
ever
Tart?
do the same 3 or 4 flavors in legitimate stores,
Mm.
Yeah,
but you can get all the weird flavors if you go to like the confectionery stores.
go to the lolly store in TTP,
Do
Yeah,
I
they
want
do.
one?
and they have some great ones.
Are they nice?
If you like chocolate, get the chocolate ones with the chocolate icing.
Yeah.
I just like the raspberry ones.
The raspberry ones without the topping, like it's literally just like a
$2.10. That's not that bad.
cookie with raspberry inside.
Why
They're
does that
good.
just look like jizz?
Yeah, but
That's
each
Pop-Tart.
biscuit is 3 serves, Kane.
Wait, no, it's not.
610 calories
So-
per
Jesus
biscuit.
Christ.
Not all of them have that top layer.
Oh, they don't.
No, not all of
I
them have
thought
that.
they all had the
Ah.
inside.
They all have an inside layer,
Yeah.
They have
but
an
that's different
inside?
every time.
They don't have the inside or the top. It's just a biscuit.
I'll take it.
So some of them are literally can be a cookie type of outside with like a jam
Mm.
filling.
Ew.
Raspberry.
I don't like raspberry.
They've got
Who
all
the
sorts.
fuck asked it, is a Pop Tart healthy? Fuck people.
'Cause some
are
can
dumb.
be.
Can't marry this woman. She doesn't like raspberry.
What's wrong? I don't really like raspberry
I
either.
don't care. You're
And
a
we
fan
don't
of
like
it.
choc mint. You hear that?
What?
What?
We don't like choc mint.
I'll eat it, but I'm not like
Yeah,
the biggest
that's-
fan.
I'm not a super huge fan on that.
You
But
disgust
I'll
me.
eat like an arrow.
Yeah, but the real question is,
Doesn't
can
give
you
it to
lose
me.
weight eating a Pop Tart? What the fuck are these questions?
Why don't you click on the Pop Tart healthy?
Well, it's not so full of calories that if you did other things, you couldn't lose weight while eating a pop.
No, I know that, but
But
it's,
you can't lose weight if you only eat.
I just want to know
Pop-Tarts.
who's typing that.
You know what it is? It's people like me where I'm like, I'm going to have a Pop Tart for breakfast. And you're like, you're trying to lose weight. So it's all these sad American women being like, can I lose weight with Pop Tarts? The answer is no.
The Pop Tart diet.
Well,
You're allowed to have as many one Pop Tart a day.
me personally, I could eat 10 of these a day and I will still lose weight.
So
Only
So that's it.
10?
That's only
two
all I can
two
eat.
Pop Tarts are still healthier than some bowls of cereal you can
Yeah.
have.
Oh no, cereal is horrid.
Like, is it better to eat a Pop Tart or a bowl of honey?
How much honey? Like an actual just bowl of honey.
Imagine your throat after it. It'd be so lubricated.
Because look,
No, it wouldn't. It'd be sticky.
I love my honey, but 30 grams of honey is 100 calories. So a bowl, hey, you might be able to get away with eating a bowl of honey.
You're just breathing honey at this point, like bubbles of
And
honey.
Wouldn't
the
you-
upside is that it never goes off.
Honey doesn't?
It goes weird.
Wow, that's like weird meal prep. You just got bowls of honey in your fridge.
Yeah.
It doesn't go off, but it does go weird.
Yeah, but if you put it in boiling water, it goes back to normal.
Honey
Depends on-
is magical.
They actually don't know if it expires, do they?
Honey is bee diarrhea.
Yeah.
I'm a science.
I'm a scientist.
Fuck's sake.
You
Alright.
are a science.
Is that it? We're done.
Well, I'm always done. It's
Alright.
time to watch Pay Money Wubby, who sponsored today's video.
He didn't. Thank you for watching. Bye. Eat honey.
NPC